In a time long past, a letter was penned with your name upon it by the one destined to be your soulmate. Though it was never delivered, heaven has not forgotten. The divine realm is orchestrating a reunion, ensuring that this sacred message finds its way to you soon. Archangel Michael speaks of this letter as extraordinary, not just a mere piece of paper, but a vessel of sacred energy. It was written in a moment of divine inspiration, sealed away and left unsent. Yet heaven has preserved it, and now its time has come. The words within were written with trembling hands and a heart full of truth meant solely for you. Fear kept it hidden, but the energy of that message has never faded. It holds the unspoken words, the confessions and promises that could have changed everything had they been shared sooner. Now those words are making their way to you. You may have felt a vibration recently, a restlessness, a silent pull. That is the letter calling your soul home. The person who wrote it feared not love, but the possibility of losing you. So they wrote instead of speaking, choosing paper when they could not trust their own voice. The envelope has never been opened, but heaven never forgets a message sealed with love. Years may have passed and life may have pulled them away, but a part of them stayed behind with that letter. That part never let go. The universe placed that letter in a loop of divine delay, but now the timing has ripened. Someone is being nudged by angels to find it, to open a drawer, to search a box, to remember you. And when they do, a rush of memories will overwhelm them because they know it still matters. You are not imagining the signs, the songs, the names, the feelings. They are echoes of what's approaching. The universe is clearing space for it. You'll see handwriting and recognize something familiar. It won't make sense logically, but your heart will confirm it. This letter is part of your story, and its words will match what your soul always believed but never had proof for. That's how you'll know it's real. They may have forgotten about the letter for a while, burying it beneath everyday life, but destiny has a perfect memory. This moment is not random. It's been waiting to bloom for years, and now it is. The person who wrote your name on that paper is dreaming of you again. They're hearing your voice in silence, feeling your presence in moments of stillness, and that stirring in their chest. That's the letter waking up. They may have been young, confused, or unsure, but their heart was certain when they wrote to you. That certainty never faded. Somewhere deep in them, they always knew it wasn't over, that one day your paths would circle back, that time would bend in your favor. The ink may have dried, but the love inside that envelope is alive and it remembers everything. Your name is written on something that's about to find you, not by accident, but by divine order. A friend of theirs will mention you, or they'll hear your name when they least expect it. That's when they'll remember the letter. They'll pause, heartbeat rising, because they thought they'd buried the feeling, but the feeling never buried them. You are not a distant memory. You're the unfinished sentence their soul still wants to complete. That letter holds the proof, and soon it will be in your hands. You'll hold it and feel a wave crash through your chest. Time will slow. Tears may rise, and that's okay. Every word will feel like it was written yesterday. Every sentence will carry a weight that you can finally release. They'll speak to you through those lines, not as they were, but as they always wanted to be. And when you finish reading something inside, you will unlock. You'll understand why certain relationships never worked, why you always felt slightly unfinished. This letter closes that chapter, or perhaps it opens a new one with no more wondering, one where truth lives. They never meant to leave things unsaid. They just didn't know how to speak then. But the paper spoke for them. Now you'll hear it and your soul will respond. This is more than a message. It's a mirror. It shows you how deeply you were loved. Even in absence, the letter will feel like coming home, a return to a version of you that forgot it was worthy, but not anymore. They never stopped loving you. They just didn't know how to return. Heaven is handling that. Now what once was delayed is now divinely delivered. They wrote about your smile the way it haunted their dreams, the way it made their world quiet and clear. They wrote about what they couldn't give you, about the promises they wished they could have kept. But even in their failure, there was love. They didn't send it, but heaven held it, and now heaven is handing it to you. Your name was never lost. It was kept safe. Archangel Michael says this letter is a turning point. When you read it, something buried will rise. A light will return to your chest. You will no longer wonder, what if? Because now you'll know, you'll feel the truth ripple through your fingers like energy humming in the lines of each word. Not just a message, but a pulse, alive, breathing with all the emotion they couldn't say out loud. This is the moment your soul has been quietly preparing for, even if your mind didn't yet understand why. They wrote it during a season of silence when love was loud inside them, but the world outside was too quiet to echo it back. They feared disrupting your peace with their confusion. So instead, they poured every unsaid truth onto that paper, hoping that someday it would reach the version of you strong enough to receive it. And that time is now. Their life may have continued forward, but part of them stayed behind in that folded page. They tried to love others, they tried to forget. But nothing ever matched the way your name lived in their chest. That name, your name, became a prayer and a weight, both sacred and aching. Heaven never misplaced it. It kept it tucked away in the unseen realms, untouched by time, untouched by doubt. Until now, the moment you hold that letter, the universe will pause with you. It will breathe with you. And in that silence, you will hear them. Not with your ears, but with your heart. They will not need to speak because the words already spoke for them long ago. You may cry, not out of sorrow, but out of remembering. Your spirit will recognize something it's felt for years but couldn't explain. This was never a fantasy. It was a delayed truth. And now that truth is arriving with wings on its back and purpose in its timing. You'll read lines like, I loved you even when I didn't know how to show it. I chose silence when my voice trembled. I never stopped hoping the universe would find a way to bring this to you. And suddenly you'll see your own story in their words. Their pain will make sense. Your patience will feel justified. Every missed connection, almost every wrong time. They will all find their meaning here. They wrote to you from a place of rawness, of vulnerability, of truth without ego. This version of them is not who they were when they left. It's who they became when they realized what they had lost and what they still hope to return to. The letter may come through unexpected means, perhaps hidden in an old box, forgotten in a drawer, passed through the hands of a friend, or simply mailed with no return address. However it comes, you'll know it was never random. It was orchestrated by something greater, something eternal. Even the paper will feel like it holds breath. You'll run your fingers over the ink and feel the weight of time. You'll know this was not just about reconnection. It was about remembrance, about reclaiming the part of yourself that never stopped believing in them. And if they come after the letter arrives, if they find the courage to show up, you will already have heard their soul through their writing. The reunion, if it happens, will not be of strangers, but of two who already met in the space between words and silence. But even if they don't come, the gift remains. Because this letter doesn't just speak of their love, it unlocks yours. Your capacity to forgive, to hope again, to understand the strange ache that never left you. This is the moment your heart becomes whole, not because someone else completes it, but because your story finally does. You've been carrying an unfinished chapter in your chest. And now, heaven is handing you the pen. To read, to remember, and maybe to write back. And as you continue reading those pages, softened by time but pulsing with emotion, you will feel something stir inside you that has long been silent. Your soul will whisper, "I always knew." Because deep down, even in your quietest, most uncertain moments, you sensed that something sacred was still unfolding. This connection, though tested by distance and time, never truly faded. It was simply waiting, patiently, divinely, until now. This letter is not just a collection of words. It is a vessel, a carrier of love that was once too powerful to speak aloud, a confession wrapped in grace, a truth too raw for the moment it was written, but perfect for the moment it's found. It's more than a romantic memory or a chapter reopened. It's a reminder from the universe that love, when real, does not vanish. It transforms, and when it is ready, it returns. Softer, wiser, and clearer. You may cry not because of pain, but because something ancient within you is finally being acknowledged. You may smile not because of what was lost, but because of what has finally arrived. This letter doesn't ask you to go back. It asks you to breathe deeper love, stronger, and walk forward knowing that someone somewhere carried your name in their heart all this time. It may not change your present circumstances, but it will change how you see them. Because with these words, you now carry confirmation of what you always felt, that you were not forgotten, that you were and are deeply loved, that even in the silence your presence was remembered, honored, and held close. And now that love has reached you, not to ask anything of you, but to remind you of who you truly are, a soul worth waiting for, a heart strong enough to hold sacred truths, and a spirit brave enough to receive what was written for it long ago. If this message touched something deep within you, type Amen to affirm it and receive the blessing this letter carries. Like this message if it felt personal healing or divinely timed. Subscribe or follow for more words meant to reach your soul at just the right moment. And if you know someone who may be quietly waiting for their own message from the universe, share this with them. Some letters are not meant to bring someone back. They are meant to bring you home to yourself, and this was one of them.